Hey everybody, welcome to the Hockey Skate Down. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. I wanted to do a video going over the potential top 10 to 15 names you may be hearing in the upcoming NHL draft in the first round. This isn't just a Devils video. I wanted to do this for people who are not familiar with names, looking forward to the draft. If your certain team is having a bad year where you're kind of up against drafting high in the first round, maybe you want to get familiar with some of these names, this is the video to watch. So watch it in its entirety. But as if you're a Devil fan, it's very exciting because this year we have 3 potential first round picks. We have ours currently, which is sitting in the 6th from the bottom. We have Arizona's pick. If they don't win the lotto within 3 and move up in the lotto, then we get their pick, which is currently sitting at 10th. And we get Tampa Bay Lightning's first round pick that we got in the Coleman trade. And it's a stipulation from Vancouver that if they don't make the playoffs, then we get it next year. If they do make the playoffs, we get it this year. So it's potential for 3 first round draft picks, which is fantastic for us. And, in a deep draft like this, we can definitely get whatever we need. If we need forwards to upgrade on, you want to get a stud goaltender, it's here. You want to get a stud defenseman. There's a lot in this draft to look forward to, so let's get started. And I'm not listing any in a certain order. I'm just going to go through certain names that have been going through the first round. And I'll do my mock draft later, but this is just names to get familiar with. Consensus number 1 is going to be Alexis Lafreniere. He's a left wing, 6'1", 196 pounds. Incredible playmaker. Great vision, accurate shooter, off-the-charts hockey sense. He's got a quick shot and release. He's a strong game player. He plays fluid and fearless, and this kid could dominate games. If you guys and girls haven't watched the World Juniors this past year, he was phenomenal. He took over games, dominated games. Every shift was very noticeable. Got injured, came back, played, dominated that game as well. This kid's the real deal, and whoever's lucky enough to draft him at 1 is going to get a hell of a franchise player and just get a great player overall. Under him, throughout the year was Quentin Byfield, but lately some people have been taking him at 3 and not 2. So I'm going to take him right under Lafreniere because he's a big-time player. He's listed as a center, but he's played some games at left wing, so that's why I listed both in case. He's 6'4", 215 pounds. He skates well with his big frame. Exceptional skill set. Kind of draws similarities in the game to a young Malkin. Skates with finesse, plays a physical game, doesn't have problem finding teammates, can create ice for himself, can score goals, and he has a heavy shot. So with him, I was kind of looking forward to seeing him more with the World Juniors. He didn't stand out in those games to me. He was playing with Lafreniere, so it was good to see the 1-2 battle on the team, see how well they both, try to outrank each other. But he wasn't very noticeable, but he's been having a great year before those games and after those games and putting up monster points. So any team is still going to be lucky enough to draft this guy too. Tim Stützle, and I apologize if I'm saying his name wrong. He's listed as a forward, which means he could play any position up front. He could play left wing, right wing, center, which is great for any GM that's looking to upgrade any of those positions. He's 5'11", 165 pounds, so he's going to need to add on a couple of pounds to be have a good hockey frame. He's an offensive-minded center, plays in all situations, penalty kill, power play. He has great speed, intelligence, and a lot of the scouts have listed him as the best pure skater in the draft. More of a setup guy than a shooter, and he draws comparables to a Sebastian Aho and a young Leon Draisaitl. And the thing with Stützle is he was kind of in that 5 to 8 range throughout the year, and he's really moved up the rankings, so he's been having a great year. Looks good, so he might go higher up in the draft. Any team looking for a defenseman, Jamie Drysdale's the one to get. He's 5'11", 172 pounds. He plays a great two-way game. He drives play. He has elite hockey sense. He puts up a lot of points. And he plays aggressive on defense and offense and is a pinpoint passer, and his edge work with the puck is elite. And, any team that's looking to grab a defenseman in this draft and is lucky enough to grab that one, definitely go for him first because he's going to be the top of the defense in this draft. Marco Rossi, 5'9", 183-pound center, good frame, tough in his own end, high hockey IQ, good hands. Good at finding his teammates. Plays a strong game along the wall, kind of like a Patrick Kane, and his game is rounded out like a Patrice Bergeron. And he's really been rising up the ranks. He was more of like the 10 to 12 throughout the year. Now he's moving up into the 5 6, so he's going to be a player to look for to see where he goes. Cole Perfetti. Now, a lot of people have been doing their mock drafts, and a lot of people have been picking him to go to the Devils. He's a 5'10", 177-pound center. He's a very skilled forward, high hockey IQ, plays with a great competitive edge, plays well in all three zones, battles hard to win pucks, and he's a small forward who plays a tough game. That's kind of along the lines of what we've been drafting recently, and he is comparable to Jeff Skinner. Lucas Raymond, right wing, left wing, 5'11", 170. He's an explosive skater. Smooth hands. He's got a great nose for the net. Smart, fast, sniper. He always plays a game on the penalty kill, on the power play, and always has the puck on a string. So that means he's a very high offensive player, and he's being compared to Mitch Marner. And the thing with Lucas Raymond was during the year he was very high in the ranks, always ranked 3 after Byfield and Lafreniere, but now he's moving down to in the ranks. So we'll see where he gets drafted, but he's still a high offensive winger. Alexander Holtz, right wing, left wing, 5'11", 192 pounds, and just everything you read about this kid just says true goal scorer. Plays a tough, intelligent game, has a list of great shots, so he's not just known for his wrist shots, slap shots, snap shots. He can score any which way. And he finds open areas with ease and plays a great two-way game. And his comparable is to a young Thomas Vanek, and I know for all the newer people that don't know Thomas Vanek, when he first came in, he was a pretty good goal scorer. So Alexander Holtz is going to be a good pickup for any team looking for a good winger. Anton Lundell, center, 6'1", 185. Two-way center, reach, plays well. He has puck savvy, puck handling. Yeah. Not flashy, but plays a very effective game. Crashes the net, has a heavy shot, and plays a very responsible game. Good two-way forward. And he draws likes to Patrice Bergeron as well. Yaroslav Askarov. Now, if you're looking for a goaltender to fill your depth at that position, he's the one to draft. And I know a lot of teams, a lot of GMs don't like to draft goaltenders in the first round. They like to find a gem in the later rounds, but can't pass up on this kid if you need a goaltender in your system. He plays a very intimidating game, great athleticism. He has a quick glove. He's one of those rare goalies with the glove on the right hand. He's the best rushing netminder to come out of the draft since Andrei Vasilevsky, and he plays a cool and calm game. So anyone that's looking for a goalie, pick him up. And some names that have fallen outside the top 10 that could potentially be, have a good rest of the season and get in. You have Hendrix Lapierre, he's a forward. Justin Barron, who's a defenseman. Dylan Holloway, who's a forward. Noel Gunier, who's a right wing, left wing. Jack Quinn. Now, Jack Quinn's going to be one of those players that moves up possibly into the top 10. He's having a good year, scored 50 goals this year, so be on the lookout for that name. He's a right wing. And Jake Sanderson, who's a defenseman. Now, as far as the Devils aspect of this, as I'm a Devil fan, you could see, if I'm looking at any of these players, for our first, which is the 6th, if Tim Stützle doesn't get picked, I really want him first. It's not very often you're going to get a player who plays all positions. You normally get those center left wings, but to have someone who could play center left wing, right wing, and to be as highly touted and be the best skater in the draft and put up good offensive numbers, he's the guy I want if he falls to us. If he doesn't fall to us, and Jamie Drysdale, if whoever's our GM at the time, if Fitzgerald stays or if there's another GM, if he's looking to upgrade and add an elite defensive prospect, I would go for Jamie Drysdale. As he's elite, he can put up points, he can get the puck up to our forwards with ease, and that's something we're lacking, but we kind of have that, with some players. We still have Smith, we have Ball, we have Riley Walsh, so we have good defensive prospects, but if you're looking at elite, I would get him. But if they're looking at drafting a good winger, which this team desperately needs in our pipeline, I would either go for Lucas Raymond or Alexander Holtz. Raymond may get taken earlier than 6. I don't know. But a lot of people have Cole Perfetti. I say we still upgraded our wingers because that's our biggest need right now. top two lines desperately need wingers, so I don't know what they're doing as far as the offseason, what they're going to add. But keeping these players in our system to one day come up and play for our team, I like either one of these two. I prefer Raymond over Holtz, but if Raymond's taken, I would take Holtz. And with our second pick, the 10th overall, if it's still at that point at the end of the season, I would definitely go upgrade our goaltending and pick up Askarov. Askarov is a highly touted Russian netminder, and he's putting up awesome numbers when he's playing now. And the thing that I like about him is if we can get him, you have Shesterkin in New York playing for the Rangers. You have Sorokin, who's coming up for the Islanders, a good Russian netminder that's going to come up there to play under Varlamov. And if we have Askarov, it'd be pretty cool to see all those three netminders in such close proximity. So, and if we're going to draft a winger if Vancouver does make the playoffs and we're drafting another player, if we don't look to move it, because Fitzgerald said he may think about moving a pick instead of drafting all three. If that's what comes, I would go definitely upgrade at right wing and add Jack Quinn and pick him if I'm going to draft someone with that Tampa Bay Lightning / Vancouver pick. So I would take Jack Quinn. He's a good goal scorer, and this team's really lacking right wings. So that's what I would do. So let me know what you think. Comment below. Let me know who would you like to draft with these 3 picks. If we do have 3 picks, would you elect to move one and just draft 2, add something else to the team? Comment below and let me know. And as always, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Please hit that like button. Subscribe to our hockey team. Have a great rest of the day and take care.